okay? Like, what was that? Why did you just...
I really don't like doing this, you know? I mean, this is asking for too much.
Come on, man, I know this is difficult, but I think as soon as we know what we're gonna say here, we'll be just fine.
Fine? Fine? What do you mean fine? You haven't even written anything. This is due by Thursday. What do you propose we should do then, huh?
Relax, buddy. We can do this. We got this. Look, here's what we're gonna do, okay? We're gonna come up with some questions, make a survey, go out and show some people the survey, get our numbers, and we'll be good.
You know we're taking qualitative, not quantitative, right?
Potato, potato. What's the difference?
Well, my fellow grad student, there actually is a difference. And since I'm kind of stuck with you, I can go ahead and explain it, I guess. Okay, first of all, quantitative is data-driven, strictly based on fact. Studies can be based on larger populaces, such as the state, or even the country if you really wanted to. Now, on the other hand, qualitative is more personal, it's more in-depth. It's about assigning your own meaning from a unique perspective, so to speak. As for the methods for both of them, for quantitative, it can be based on surveys, just like you mentioned earlier, and experiments. Now, methods for qualitative, on the other hand, consist of focus groups, interviews, documents, even experiments, which, while I did mention here, for qualitative, they're more for participant observation.
So kind of like kitchen nightmares?
Oh, brother!
What do you mean?
Yeah, like kitchen nightmares. I mean, Gordon Ramsay goes into these restaurants. He essentially takes on like a case study approach. He observes the behaviors of the participants in order to better help their restaurant and keep them from failing. I mean, it's almost like an unintentional qualitative research study, don't you think?
I mean, that does work. You know what? You were actually being inducted right now. Did you know that?
Thanks. What do you mean?
Okay, let me explain. So you started off with a specific observation that Gordon Ramsay goes into these restaurants and makes his own kind of like case study about what's going on. But you worked your way up to a general conclusion that the whole entirety of Kitchen Nightmares is just one big piece of qualitative research. That is being inductive. Deductive, on the other hand, is working with general premises, and you work your way up to a specific conclusion.
I'm getting it, but at the same time, I'm not. I actually had a question on something, you know what? Let me see. It was something about like a pair of dimes or something. I don't know.
Paradigms.
Oh, yeah, paradigms.
So I won't get into too much detail, but there's 3 paradigms. For right now, I want to go over 2 paradigms, positivist and post-positivist. They're both similar and that they each come up with their own hypothesis. Positivist being that there's one singular true reality, and post-positivist rendering that null, saying that researchers are biased and that hypothesis of the former is unobtainable. However, they both rely on quantitative data and the fact that they both rely on numerous research methods. We're talking about qualitative right now. Going off of that, we have interpretive or constructivist, whatever you prefer to call it. This relies on more specific observations and interviews to come up with your own subjective meaning or your own reality, if you will. This is more qualitative, whereas these two are more quantitative, as I previously mentioned.
Isn't there a fourth one we're forgetting though?
Oh yeah, you are right. Let me change this to a 4. The critical paradigm, it's a little bit more complicated, but to put it simply, it deals with power dynamics and it also deals with exploitation, unfairness, oppression, etc.
I think that makes sense. You know, I get it. I think I'm starting to actually understand this.
Well, I hope so, because this is due in 2 days, remember?
I think we got this. We can do this in 2 days. Like, what? Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Let's
Yeah.
do this, yeah.